good drafts
Abfahrt.
100, and 100 Thieves don't have these deep champ pools.
100 Thieves might be thinking similar things too, because they like some similar things, like the Silas and stuff also out. So that was something that they banned in the first game. They're not going to have to waste a ban on that one this time around. So I kind of want to see where their target bans might go. The Yorick is still something in my mind as far as counter picks for top lane as well that Red could use. So both solo lanes, I think for Red, maybe have some options.
Well, it's not going to be the Yone that's banned away from Red. So as on the Red side here, they're going to
So, first pick Ryze.
one of their solo lanes.
Ryze offen.
Not 100 Thieves giving them a couple there, but
Mayhaps perhaps there.
quits Yone no matter what. That is one of his scariest champions that you can't pilot. Poppy banned, J4 banned. I know there's one member in the audience who just very disappointed about that, but it has been banned all game so far. So now, let's see what 100 Thieves is. A blue one pick.
Ryze.
Yeah, there's a lot of still strong picks in the game. I'm curious what they go for.
Ryze.
Sivir's still in the game. Annie, I think, is still in the game as
Ryze.
well. And Oriana's...
Kannst du auch offen? Ja, das stimmt.
So Annie's quite good when Oriana's out of the game, but there's not that many good AD jungles left to pair with it. So this one pick is going to pretty much shape the draft for 100 Thieves. They just go for a...
First pick, okay.
Okay.
Pretty
Good Trundle ban, ja.
Trundle is banned and makes sense with the Trundle ban. Sure. So now 100 Thieves, they've kind of let us know we're just gonna put side on Dokla, play a little bit of weak side, and we're gonna play reactive for the rest of the map because it fits their game plan, right?
Yeah, I like that a lot, and it's one of the reasons they brought Dokla on to be able to do, like blind
Wie serious bis jetzt? Game 1 war sehr eindeutig. Game 2 hat Red ordentlich gefightet. Aber wurden dann einfach Makro und Micro-Diff. Also man sieht schon ganz klar, 100 Thieves ist das bessere Team so. Sieht man schon sehr klar, aber ja. Ja, Yorick ist noch available, das stimmt. Weil Javan ist raus. Was haben wir noch? AD Jungler, AD Jungler. What do we have here? Lee Sin, I guess.
Well, at least he can move around the map. Ryze,
Lee Sin, was haben wir noch? Nocturne, Kiana ist auch komplett untouched. Dejani, Ryze 1-2 ist halt schon wieder so fucking low Dopamin. Cassio hier ist ein absoluter Select Winner, Champ Select Winner. Hier komplett Brasilianer sind das.
Usually want to play more of those carry top laners against the Sion with the Sejuani pick. So kind of curious what FNB has in the bag against this Sion.
I'm getting flashbacks of that Lee Sin hover right now. If it's locked in, we don't even know where it's going. But it seems like it would be jungle pick here.
I think
I've got a pretty good idea if they locked it in.
Okay.
Yeah, lobby winner.
At least that question is no longer on our minds.
Yep, lobby winner here. Right there, boys.
And with the Cassio coming out into the Ryze, I did want to ask you, Thinkhard, how likely is
Wir
it
können auch Maokai gehen
that
jetzt.
they flex that Ryze top for FNB?
I'm not too sure, especially with the Yone ban. Like 80 champions are not that good against Cassio. So it would be interesting. I'd be down to see it. I just don't know how good it is. And I am a little bit worried if Quid is super polished on this Cassio. It is going to be a little bit hard to take him down with a Ryze Sejuani mid-jungle duo when you can just kind of stack HP and play front to back with the Sion Alistar.
Yeah, already, like, you have to worry about a lot of Merc Tread's value, because Red are showing, a lot of CC.
Alles da, ich hätte Maokai gut gefunden. Ich hätte Maokai gut gefunden auf 3. Alles das ist auch fein. Da ist auch raus und so. Ja, diese First Free machen mir keine Hoffnung.
Honestly, I feel pretty good about this like solid structure for 100 Thieves. They had really heavy skirmishes, but now they're going, okay, we have
Unicorns gewinnt, ich denke, ja.
Machine Gun Cassiopeia for a DPS carry for later.
It's the 80 carry is the big question on all of our minds, I imagine. Sivir's banned away. I could imagine another 80 carry ban. Plus, Red can fourth pick here an 80 carry. So FB pool theoretically could get very pinched here at the end.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of ADCs that are still in. You have the Varus, you have the Xayah. Xayah Rakan obviously pretty good, but Xayah's not the easiest to play against Cassio as well. Cassio's pretty good against like the mid-range ADCs. That's kind of the range that Cassio
Machen die den Sack zu? Ich glaube schon, ja. Ich glaube, die machen den Sack zu.
More towards the Varus. But they
Wie gesagt, Maokai mit irgendeinem AD Carry hier ist gut.
Red take away the Kiana instead.
Xayah wäre okay, aber nicht so gut, honestly.
Concerned about that Sivir, and yes, they could pick the Xayah, but like you had just highlighted, not the best into that Cassiopeia, and that just makes 100 Thieves' core so solid here.
Yorick ban.
As they will take away some top laners, the Aatrox and the York ban.
So with the Kiana ban, I guess River's looking at like Nefiri.
Oder was gehen wir?
He already hovered the Lee Sin.
Na, oder so?
Lee Sin would still be a good pick for him. But we get the stacking Smolder here for red.
Okay,
Ooh.
interesting.
Zeri.
Trying to answer some of maybe the late game potential here. Smolder can scale very, very well once you get those stacks under your belt.
Nicht Kalista.
They already have the Cassiopeia.
Die picken Smolder und du pickst nicht Kalista to Smolder.
If you're looking at what Red did last game, maybe they felt like they had control of the game and they didn't trust their scaling. So they're trying to lock in a little bit more scaling to get them over the hump. That being said, it is
Okay.
a tough blind.
Das bedeutet, du brauchst irgendeinen AD-Jungler auf jeden Fall. Was haben wir anzubieten? AD-Jungler wäre gut. Was haben wir anzubieten, Freunde? Viego?
Like has to be an inferior or some carry.
Oh, ja, Lee Sin.
Because they have a lot of AP on the side of 100 Thieves.
Weiß nicht, ob ich das so fühle.
Carry Lee Sin. Let me see that.
Can you get through the Sejuani health bar? Because yeah, that
Weiß
was
ich jetzt nicht.
well, Kobe, with the 2 AP primary.
Rice top oder was?
Got a little more AD scaling these days, but like you need
Rice top, Smolder Mitte,
with that
Rex.
AP to threaten the armor potential.
So this is the curveball, which is a Smolder top.
Smolder top.
Okay. Oh, ich dachte, das ist Rice top.
Scrims in the south. They like playing it against Cyan and Cassante.
Oh, ich meine, Flandre hat es auch gespielt auf Toplane. Smolder top, ja. Flandre hat auch gespielt.
So they're pretty comfortable with doing
I don't know, Bro. Das ist halt ein Riesenproblem.
5 minutes. So if they do get a good swap opportunity,
Mal schauen, wenn River intet auf Sejuani, maybe.
does get pretty hard to play. But this is the curveball that they kind of wanted. They have the Smolder in a decent matchup. Now they have Kaisa, who can dive onto the Ziggs with the Rakan. So it is a bit of a better team composition with the Smolder flex.
Okay, so some flexibility in the draft we are seeing in Game 3 for Red Canids, who again have their back against the wall. So Thinkard, I gotta ask, definitively, I mean, you've been pairing 100 Thieves. I think you're 2-0 for favoring their draft, right? What do you think about this one?
I think 100 Thieves does win the draft again, just because like the Smolder, you do have to have really good macro to pull it off. If you miss one timer and you're stuck on weak side, it's very punishing. And 100 Thieves macro has looked pretty good the whole series.
All right, well, you heard it from Thinkard. You predicted the 3-0. Thank you so much for joining us for Pick Ban here. I'll let you go backstage to watch the rest of the game while we get into this. Backs against the wall for Red Canids Kalunga. They'll have to win 3 in a row to maintain their season and give a historic first time ever that Brazil gets 2 teams at Worlds. 100 Thieves, meanwhile, need 1 single game.
Reds geht schon sehr gut, ja. Ich glaube, die Kasse ist aber wirklich ein potenzieller Gamer noch.
Yeah, the 100 Thieves story this year. What a roller coaster it has been. Announcing
Der Final Heist geht noch weiter. Der Final Heist geht wahrscheinlich noch zu Worlds, das ist krank. Ihr müsst euch mal überlegen, das ist schon krank.
Such a rough beginning as well, this split. But these 100 Thieves, they have grown together and they have really been on such a big surge throughout playoffs. And they've been able to ride that momentum here to just being 1 game away of making Worlds. So huge possibilities here for the Thieves to get to the international stage. And
take a long time to get to Dallas.
I like how this is also implying that both teams are trying to rob the train, right? To get the ticket to Dallas and Worlds.
One last job until if they win this.
Das kannst du der Counterpick zu Rice, ja. Yep. Der Counterpick ist in Midi-Range, wird outtraded.
So long this summer split here. As now Quid versus Kaze is again going to be a match to highlight for sure. The Cassiopeia counterpick on the Kaze, who has gone blind pick all 3 games so far.
10 gold lead for that Cassiopeia.
Yeah, there you go.
They killed the ward.
Good point.
Wow.
Back it up, GG. 100 Thieves going to World.
Ja, die gehen für den Lane Swap.
I am curious to see too, yeah, because Thinkard kind of brought it up as far as the lane assignment.
Die gehen für den Lane Swap.
Later for
Interesting.
having a Scion and having a Ziggs gives you a lot of options. So
I guess Kaiser kann nicht so gut Lane gegen Ziggs oder macht halt nichts in der Lane. Deswegen ist besser, den Smolder AFK farmen zu lassen auf Bot, I guess.
Well, and as we see the lane assignments now, right? FNB, who is theoretically playing the Smolder top, is bot lane with this Rakan. Meanwhile, Rebello on the Kaisa is actually leaning against the Scion on this top side.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of these swaps where the 80 carries go top lane, or top laners go bot lane. It's just funny that in this instance, it's 2 80 carries in both positions. But the Smolder will try his best to stack up down there, while the top lane shove comes through for Rebello.
Yeah, and this is where I also think mid lane prio is going to be really huge here, as I want to see what junglers are going to do around the mid lane. A little bit of damage going down on both sides.
I want to point out the Lee Sin route here for River as well. So this is a popular route on stuff like Zed that can clear super fast, but you do the first 3 camps or not on Zed, on other.
Meinst du auch nicht ins Bein for free? Ja, aber die Kaiser kann nicht. Wow, die Kaiser kann auch gegen den Sion nichts machen. Ist Sion balanced oder was?
Small purchase advantage for a fight on the top side if they do decide to fight up there, and Sejuani will finish the full clear a little bit earlier because not going for the recall, but I want to see if the longsword start actually means something for River.
I think you were right, Kobe. It was on Zed. I remember Tarzan doing it on Zed.
Ja, und alle Carry auf Top-Lane gegen Top-Lane. Ja, das stimmt. Aber Pre-6, weißt du, das swappst ja Pre-6. Auch interessant, die halten es diesmal komplett durch, ne? Oh nein. Ja, oh nein.
Level 3, 3.5 minutes into the game, almost goes down.
So
yeah, almost goes down, and the heal burned as well from Frosty.
I want to see topside, yeah, because this is what we're talking about. Lee Sin with the extra longsword comes on the timing for the dive
Oh, yeah.
for River. This is really nicely timed.
Die Mates remaken weiß ich nicht, Bruder. Ist fein, ne? Er suicidet halt, ja. River.
Too many turret shots, though. A 2-for-1 trade in favor of Rebello.
And that's massive. Rebello getting both of those kills on a slightly botched dive on the top side from 100 Thieves. I did like how they set it up. The execution.
Deswegen haben sie geswappt wegen dem Ghost.
Okay, so they
sind so smart.
More than one extra longsword's worth of damage. I guess,
turret does more than one longsword. I think that's what we just learned.
Oh, bro.
That is big stuff.
River oder Blabber, River all day, every day, buddy. Big Blabber, ich hasse ihn.
On the line for
Hasse
Rebello
Blabber.
here, you know, lane swap up on the top side. 1v2, let's see what he can dodge. He dodges away from the E initially from Dokla, then he flashes there, the Q charge, and just creates enough distance under tower. 100 Thieves had clearly made the call. They're okay with Dokla dying, but they were probably not okay with also River dying.
He's still laughing. River can be such a troll, especially when you look at him in comp.
Playing professional Free Fire Emulator.
Rebello, because we've talked so much about these three players who kind of got promoted.
Der Typ hat nicht.
Team. We've talked a lot about Doom.
Halt's Maul, der Typ hat nicht 2024 angefangen, League zu spielen.
But Rebello, I think, was one that surprised so many people because he just started playing League of Legends not that long ago, was a former professional Free Fire player prior to becoming a League of Legends AD carry.
Yeah, and now he's on stage getting 1v2 double kills.
Halt's Maul.
There you go.
As 100 Thieves tried to dive him.
With his mid laner popping off for him as well. I love how these teams are so supportive of each other. We show the replay, it's not the player themselves popping off, but the teammate alongside him. But Rebello with that 2-1 lead now. The recurve bonus, the Cole. So gonna be stacking that Cole up, getting a little ahead as
Also hier steht wirklich, der hat 2024 angefangen League zu spielen, ne? Oder 2024 war das erste Mal im Team.
Yeah, he feels pretty confident up there, and Sejuani does her second.
What the fuck?
All the way up to that top side as well. So it's going to have a little time after the full second clear. Isn't quite level 6. Would need a Scuttle Crab as well on top to get to the level 6 for the truly potent Sejuani gank. But looks like he's just going to head on over. Bottom side is where the Scuttle Crab spawns. So Sejuani is out of luck up there on the top side. And a River's...
Ich check seine Accounts. Der hat wirklich...
Yep, and we saw a little bit of harassment coming out.
Design. Seine Accounts haben keine Recorded Stats vor 2024. Das kann doch nicht wahr sein, oder?
Cleared out. Meanwhile, Dokla doing a little bit of dirty farming on the top side.
Ooh, they actually
das kann doch nicht wahr sein.
Onto Kaze, Quid logging him down, Benchbind Gaze in, and a kill. The 100 Thieves.
Das kann doch nicht wahr sein, warte mal.
Difference maker here is the duo lane moving up so quickly. Ayla instantly flashes there to go for the engage.
Got flank right now. FNB could be in some trouble. Still doesn't have the flash from the earlier place.
Ich schau das Spiel weiter, ich investigate.
Under the turret, takes 2 turret shots and has to walk away. Big damage onto Frosty, but Red get their top laner and support to safety.
Yeah, I thought they might be able to follow up there. Ayla took a few too many turret shots on the little attempted wraparound, potentially onto the Smolder or the Rakan. So Rakan should be able to just...
Okay, also er hat 2021 schon Bilder gepostet, aber hat dann auch Free Fire gespielt. Okay, er hat 2021 schon Bilder von League of Legends gepostet, von Solo Queue, aber hat dann noch Free Fire gespielt.
I thought maybe there'd be a window 100 Thieves could look to contest, but no, they actually are going for the resets. This is a clean dragon for Red.
That's a really nice recognition of the window that Red had, right? When 100 Thieves weren't able to get the kill, they weren't able to kind of push that wave up, and it changes the dynamic that we've seen from the past 2 games, right? Where it was 100 Thieves getting this early Drake stacking really.
Started seriously playing League, ja, also das ist verrückt.
Red into potentially disadvantageous fights or contest them themselves. You never know with 100 Thieves. However, nice pickup for Red. And once again, I think even though 100 Thieves are slightly ahead here, they're in a pretty stable position in this early game.
Yeah, and I want to see where the first Sejuani ult does get used for Doom here. So you've got a timer where Rakan has roam timer and Sejuani has ult. So that is just like mega engage possibilities. They're going to use it first with the Rakan roaming up to the top side to finish the push. But here goes
to Quid. Petrifying Gaze is still on cooldown here. It'll be up in a couple of seconds, but Doom does not fully commit to the play.
Now we see
das ist krank.
Waiting in a brush from Frosty Rebello.
Müssen Selektivkarriere starten? Nein, ich bin legit mind blown, by the way. Das ist so impressive. Das ist so impressive. Der war komplett no-name und einfach gedacht, so, ja, ich try hard jetzt in League of Legends. The fuck? Gute Nacht, Mario. Das ist ja krank. Also for real, das ist krank.
We'll take one for sure with our smite, the secure one. But as soon as 100 Thieves start to collapse from their lanes, they vacate, and we actually don't get blood.
I'm surprised. We're learning. So that means 100 Thieves will with this objective, despite the one grub claimed from Red. So that would be neat.
Ja, Jojo war auch so ähnlich. Genau, Jojo war auch so ähnlich.
Red having claimed the first Drake, but yeah, I mean this.
Die Leute checken, wie krass das ist. Also das ist gestört. Ohne Witz, das ist gestört.
Now that her ult is back up, so Red
Was ist das?
off. They might be looking to overload here though.
More aggressively, they had Sejuani, but
Was ist das?
FBI were able to back.
Der kann, das ist richtig, ja. Trotzdem sehr impressive.
The energy emote. And 100 Thieves are safe.
He's laughing because that gives up a mid-wave at the moment. You know, that is a little bit costly there. Cassiopeia pushes another one in, and that is just going to straight up die to the tower. So the recall is
Aber es ist verrückt, so talentiert in so mehreren Spielen zu sein, ne?
Very nice for Quid.
So Badeal oder sowas. Das ist schon sehr insane. Die einfach so richtig smooth Transitions zu anderen Spielen haben kann. Kann man schneller lernen, Bro. Du gehst nicht von so Casual-Spieler, so Casual-Diamond-Spieler zu Instant-Challenger, wenn ihr nur Makro fehlt. Das funktioniert nicht. Das funktioniert nicht. Da fehlt sie nicht nur an Makro. Wie gut ist South First Seed? Also die wurden gestern komplett abgeschlachtet. Die wurden gestern komplett weggewichst. Ich vermute mal, 100 Thieves wird auch die überfahren, to be honest. Weil der Starspieler in Vivo Keat Stars ist der Midlaner Mireo. Und Quid ist halt deutlich besser. Ist mein Take. Pro-Player tried mein Take extrem, das kann schon sein, aber trotzdem.
Throughout the game, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. Turn up the pace as soon as people start getting some items, maybe. And some items are starting to come in, at least on the 100 Thieves side. The first ones here starting to trickle in. We did mention Quid had got a really good recall, and so he had perfect gold there, so he finished his Rod of Ages, and as well as started stacking the tier pretty early on. So the Cassio with the double stacking, mana was on a very nice.
Quid geht sehr gut hier, ne? Quid geht sehr gut auf Side.
Red still have some decent options for themselves. Even though FNB doesn't have his flash, he has been stacking pretty frequently. So you'll have to keep that in the back of your minds for later. Of course, he's only at 94 right now, almost 95.
Ich rieche einen Reversal bei einer No, Kevin.
And I just want to bring up a general trend that I noticed here. It's been 100 Thieves making a lot of the action happen. They got 2 kills to 2, but the 2 kills that Red picked up were a dive, and 100 Thieves are going for another dive. No flash on FNB, and they say, why wait for the dragon to spawn when we can kill a baby dragon under turret? It's Ayla with the kill credit.
Yeah.
The angry cow gets the last kill here, and I love when Ziggs can just like roam a quarter of the way to the lane to be able to add the Ziggs damage over there. Yeah, the alley-ope. Usually it's like.
Alles gut bei dir, ja klar. Alles gut.
I could probably be okay.
Alles gut.
Yeah.
But Ziggs bomb is the difference maker there, the extra bit of damage, and now
play here onto River. Doom looks for the engage, but Ayla trying to keep his jungler safe.
Standards guy ist huge.
Rebello's getting a lot of damage in onto the Alistar. Does pick up the
P von Quid finde ich okay. Oh my days, Quiddy. Oh no, es ist fucked, oder nicht? Das wird danach zuziehen. Kann man eigentlich jeden Spieler im Changer, wer das ist, irgendwie ist, oder wie Prozent das ist? Boah, sag 50% von Changer kennst du, wenn du ein bisschen drin bist. Ich würde sagen, ich kenne 50% von Changer wahrscheinlich, wenn ich jetzt drüber gehe und ich spiele schon lange keine Changer-Games mehr. Vielleicht auch mehr, mal schauen.
But Ayla has some nice little peel here on the Sejuani engage. They go for the combo. He's like, okay, I'm going to instantly go in. I'll pop my ultimate, but still, this early on, he's not able to soak enough. The kick here from River makes enough time for Quid to then teleport in, and Rebello's a bit scared, so he has to use his Kai'Sa ult to get under tower and get the extra shield. They still get the trailing extra kill, though.
I'm impressed that Rebello was able to live there. Quid wasn't confident enough to go for that kill. Instead, like you said, was like, I gotta get out of here. I don't want to give up my own life for this. Rebello is where a lot of the gold is for Red.
Also aus Cassiotope, ja, drauf reingefallen. Quad ist Cassiotope gewesen. Gedacht schon, das Cassiotope war Quad, nicht Quid.
Yeah, and as we see the side,
You fell for it, brother.
They will have a small window where they have TP advantage, as we see Quid just pushing in this wave. Bot, River will be able to claim this Drake, and they might just turn on to Doom.
Yeah, they got the Cassiopeia for damage, but Doom will walk away. Dragon secured.
And you mentioned Dokla. I mean, Dokla's been
Big Dokes geht's gut, 140 CS. Ja, Small, die 125 Stackies, ist okay sogar. Ja, das war LS schieben, nope, ungültig.
Really nicely, which is big for your Soul Furnace, but also getting extra money off of turret plates as well.
Dein LS glaube ich dir auch noch nicht so ganz. Ich glaube, du stellst mir, entweder bist du wirklich einfach, ich persönlich glaube, du machst dich entweder absichtlich dumm. Oder keine Ahnung was. Was sagst du, Genji T1 heute? Games sahen nicht über High Quality aus, aber ich habe es auch nicht aktiv geschaut, to be honest. Hat der LPL nebenbei. Gute Nacht, Engane. Reset in der zweiten Klasse. Okay. Kriegt man ein Zertifikat? Oder sowas? Oder halt ein Zertifikat, das ist falsch, aber kriegt man das irgendwie, also offiziell...
Doom has damage behind him, so they instead just go straight in onto the
shoulder, grounded up. Sehr schöner Play. Und zu spät das dann. Doom ist auch noch tot. Oh, es ist so cooked, by the way. Oh, flasht er. But why are you flashing? Oh, das war eine schnelle Kuh. Oh mein Gott, no, Dokes.
Was that the second episode you were asking for? I was going to say second episode of the Quid show.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Season 2?
It seemed like they just decided to fund it on the top side of the map, so it's gotten greenlit, and we are now in the process of making the second episode of the Quid show. But bottom side, Kaze here now has 2 people.
Ich habe gestern außerdem die Folge My Dress Up Darling geschaut. Die Staffel ist einfach vorbei. Was ist das für eine Kinderverarsche, by the way? Warum ist es kein 24er, warum ist es kein Double-Core? Was für 12 Folgen Staffel, by the way? Kinderverarsche mal wieder. The fuck? Dann kommt die nächste Staffel, kommt wieder in 3 Jahren oder so. Diese Bastarde. Insane.
Off of that topside pressure, able to end up getting the Rift Herald, having claimed feats as well, and this entire wave is
Geld melken, ja, das war, ja, und bisschen, weil die Meta momentan so ist, wollt ihr das wissen, was passieren wird? Die bringen jetzt noch eine Staffel raus und die Staffel wird dann, und dann ist vorbei, dann kommt noch ein Film. Diese Hundesöhne, ich weiß ganz genau, dann wird ein Film kommen. Es kommt noch eine Staffel und dann kommt noch ein Film. So schlecht.
Stacking well, even though a lot of other things are going well for 100 Thieves.
Yep.
Maybe you can always tell your team, we're scaling, don't worry, let me get my 225, and then we'll talk.
Wenn wir nach der nächsten Spellbook sind, ja, glaub schon, aber nicht mehr die Must-Go-Rune. Am besten, ich darf in 2 Teile splitten, natürlich. Unfassbar. Ich sag Anime-Film im Kino übercool, aber dass es halt so ausgeschlachtet wird, zum Beispiel, Junge, was für 3 Filme bei Demon Slayer, Bro. Was für 3 Filme, no joke. Wen haben die verarscht? Bei den Demon Slayer Feedback?
Yep, you gotta love Ziggs, you know? How you just move him around.
Feedback, wie war er?
Turrets die.
Ich habe bisher nur Positives gehört.
I just love.
Und die letzte Staffel wird in 2 Teile aufgeteilt. Ja, das wird 100%er. Geh morgen ins Kino. Geil, Mann. Ich wünsche euch ganz viel Spaß. Wenn ihr noch geht, ich wünsche euch ganz viel Spaß. Ohne Witz. Ach, da kommen nur 2 Filme? Nein, es kommen 3 Filme, meine ich. Also insgesamt mit dem jetzt sind es 3 Filme.
Yeah, FNB is in a really, really tough spot if they ever decide to go in on him. This is going to be yet another turret for the Thieves as Rebello goes in.
Rebello actually went very aggressive with the ultimate, but Ayla's got his own, so not enough damage from Red, no answer.
He also has an unbreakable will.
He does.
Courtesy of Alistar.
Oh, but they just recommit for it.
Warte.
Went in for the counter, but Quid! Petrifying gaze onto 3!
Oh mein Gott, warte mal.
FBI set up by Quid.
Wait, es gibt eine Originalversion von Demon Slayer. Um 16:30 Uhr morgen. Also heute.
Wide open for 100 Thieves, 7k gold lead. Quid sitting at a cool 5-0-2. This is a very scary snake, Kobe.
Yeah, episode 2 is looking good to me as well. This is action-packed. So Red made the initial engage because of the topside play. They're like, hey, we have an extra person.
Wenn ich wen finde, der mit mir geht, gehe ich safe.
But look at this. He puts down the miasma, so the Kai'Sa's grounded, and then he gets all 3 of them.
Ich muss wen finden, der mit mir geht. Und das Kino ist komplett leer. Oh mein Gott.
But I'm getting tickets to this show here. Quid is popping off right now. And again, FBI, the hype man as usual.
So he got a pentakill in the original. Can he follow up with another penta in the sequel? That would be pretty crazy. Regardless,
Geh alleine? Ja, Worst Case würde ich wahrscheinlich auch alleine gehen, ne?
As are 100 Thieves. After the kind of map control, after getting kills on both sides of the map, which is fairly rare to win.
Die noch wach, der Freak.
True.
Simultaneously, they do get the dragon.
But to your point, Kobe, the power scaling is kind of thrown out the window already. I mean, we peaked early in episode 1, and they beat it now.
We had too good of a premiere to the Quid show.
I know. Yeah, now we got to introduce like aliens or something to make it exciting.
But now, if we're looking at where 100 Thieves are at, I mean, they were able to clean up that Drake perfectly free. They've taken over. If you look at the vision on this bot side,
Nicht mit, ich glaube, ich muss passen.
Taken over here, so they're pushing up. It's just going to be really difficult for these squishy carries, in particular FNB, who has had a really hard time stepping up anywhere. We're going in again.
Yeah, he thought maybe he could just engage onto Quid all alone, but River and Ayla were both in the pockets.
Ich habe 2 Leute, ansonsten gehe ich morgen solo, glaube ich. Ich kann ihn sonst nicht schauen, ansonsten der läuft halt immer nur beschissene Zeiten. Ja.
And as we see if something else will happen on this bot side, Dokla is coming from the base.
From the base, engage into all members. He looked cool, maybe not advised, as the rest of 100 Thieves cannot back him up, but he can flash over the wall. He's still alive. He's out of there. No Ayla for the re-engage. FNB throws in the Smolder ultimate for damage. Rebello looking for it as well onto Ayla. Rooted up, taken down. 100 Thieves will lose their support, but the Petrifying Gaze lands onto 1 member.
Oh my God.
A chaotic fight as Kaze, still healthy, will push back the Thieves.
I was going to point out, Dokla's dirty farming. Look at him. As I was about to say that, he pops
Ich kaufe mir ein Ticket.
Comes in around
what a mad
behind the base. 100 Thieves are getting a little aggressive here. I did not think this was going to work out. I really didn't think this was going to work out.
But it was funny, Kobe. Have you given that a thought?
It was funny, Kangas. You're right. He wins the game of Red Rover, and he gets back to his team.
War ein kurzer Tag, ja.
Then his team gets melted. What the?
War ein kurzer Tag.
He said it. We're all thinking it.
Ich habe null Attention gepaid, aber ich habe nur gehört, what the fuck.
Play. Dokla was the one that called for that play.
He
Can
did
we
call for
infer
that? Yeah.
He's just coming around the side. The rest of his team was not expecting him.
Oh, we got an Otacon start here by the Thieves, by the way. Let's look at the teleports. FNB has it. Kaze has it, but they have no vision. Now they do, so they know that it's happening. Do Red Cannons want to contest? I mean, it's already down to half health. Cassiopeia just shreds this thing, and they have the smite as well, so Otacon stolen away here. Thieves in the night to 100 Thieves.
I don't know if it was stolen. They had complete
well, I'm
control.
using again the
theirs.
thief thing, you know, stealing away, you know.
Yeah. It was theirs.
The best,
careful.
The best time to steal
vision.
stuff is when no one is watching it.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah.
They cleared out the security cameras, aka setup vision. They pushed it out.
It's like reverse security.
They pushed up really far on bot side, maybe a little too.
Geht zur Kasse, so,
far.
passt. Okay, ich habe mal 2 Tickets gekauft, falls ich jemanden finde. Falls ich Zimtkoppern ist fucking nice.
Going over to 100 Thieves, they still are in such a commanding control of this game.
Yeah, Dokla got in their heads. The mind-boggling play.
Yes.
He could be coming from anywhere.
We call that the mind breaker. Like, what are they supposed to do about that?
Ja. Läuft die Series bisher sehr eindeutig.
Get the Otacon. And now the next objective will be in a minute and a half with this dragon, but in classic fashion, they're just staring out against each other here in Red's topside jungle. Even though there's nothing to really fight for, the Thieves are still just trying to take all this territory away.
Okay, so Smolder has passed his 225, is at 230 stacks now. Are you ready? They are only 8,000 gold behind.
Gekauft.
And an extra dragon behind.
Okay. Oh, nice. Dann sehe ich den Film doch, Junge. Es freut mich so, weil ich hatte gar keinen Bock, dass bis es halt online auf Crunchyroll natürlich kommt. In guter Qualität.
Want to go in on that fight. Dokla will be punished for his over-aggression in the side lane. Shut down gold to FNB.
Shutdown actually kind of big here. All right, he's got his stacks ready. Now he can get his execute ready.
Ja, die LAS-Diskussion ist vorbei. Außerdem damit, sorry, ich habe nicht auf den Chat geschaut, aber die LAS-Diskussion ist over. Damit.
One tower in payment for Big Dokes. Would you take that deal?
Sorry, gerade erst wieder drauf geschaut, tut mir leid.
I thought you were saying from Red's.
Aber ja, ist vorbei.
Yeah,
I think you need gold on this Smolder right here. So if you're saying from 100 Thieves side, no, I'm not taking that deal. I'm not taking that one.
Yeah, I mean, I actually really like the way that Red set up that play. Again,
Okay,
like, I
perfect.
feel like their carries in particular, we saw it from FNB on the Galio previously. Here
Oh, freue ich mich. Okay, nice.
It's kind of a team
Freue ich mich auf morgen. Nice.
Overload, get on.
Das heißt, morgen ist kurzer Stream.
100 Thieves do
Morgen ist kurzer Stream dann. Aber das ist gültig.
And it is still going to be a little difficult for Red to kind of contest.
Maybe noch einen Abendstream, mal schauen. Wahrscheinlich noch einen Abendstream, to be honest. Habe ich nichts zu tun.
Here, the Glacial Prison lands with the Smolder ultimate on top, but not enough damage to really go all in. And I think Red are going to have the
Buppo ist steht noch nicht fest, ob er spielt. Ich vermute mal, er wird spielen.
TP for Kaze, so he goes, heals back up in the base, can look to re-engage.
They have TP for Kaze, but they also don't have those ultimates anymore, right? So we'll see how they necessarily want to contest this if they do.
Looks like they're backing off. Yeah, without the engage tool of the Sejuani ult and the damage from Smolder ult.
Der Spot gut. Gut.
By the Thieves.
Okay, next up, rotate over to that Baron and rinse and repeat. Sejuani ultimate is still down, so they're gonna head right on over to this area, look if they can get some bait action going on, if anyone from Red will face check.
So far, it's just Kaze nearby as he's on that top wave. Looks to go for another.
Hast du gesehen, wie lange der Film geht? Ja, 2,5 Stunden, ja. Ich weiß ja. 2,5 Stunden weiß ich. Sie sind ja nur noch für Sport, ja, weil ich dachte, es gibt also es gab bei uns nur einen einzigen Abend und das ist Dienstagabend mit Originalfassung. Die haben, also dieser Termin, wo ich mir gerade das Ticket dazu gebucht habe, morgen, den gab es einfach nicht, den haben sie dazu halt. Ich vermute mal, weil der Film einfach so geisteskrank groß ist, haben sie noch eine extra Vorstellung gemacht oder reingepackt. Und das appreciate ich natürlich. Das appreciate ich natürlich.
The Smolder damage down and the damage potentially coming in from this Kaisa to assassinate a prio target like the Ziggs, like the Cassio.
And it's at that point in the game where I want to remind everybody this is a wall for Red Cannon. If they lose this game, if they lose this next fight, their entire year might be over in Tier 1 competitive League of Legends. It's going to be a long ride to make it to Dallas and Worlds, but it would start with a game.
Wenn ich ein Anime anfange mit Dub, könnte ich wahrscheinlich durchhalten, aber wenn ich Originalfassung geschaut habe von Anfang an und dann Film, geht nicht. Dann muss ich auf Original schauen. Oh, schöner Play. Schöner Play.
engaged on. It's jungler for jungler, as now Ayla, new frontline, Dokla tags in as well. Quid's walking forward very aggressively. Cassiopeia
schöner Cancel.
trying to like dance around, figure out which way to go, and it's in on Akaze. They have the damage. The poison surely finds it. Dokla with the kill credit, but now Dokla could be in some trouble. FNB,
Nico.
damage coming through. Rebello now finds himself in a 1v2. He'll get one, but is taken down. 100 Thieves get aggressive in Red's jungle and will win the fight with a 2 for 3.
All right, FNB, he could flap around looking for people, but it is a little bit dangerous.
Japanisch Untertitel? Nein, Omu ist original mit Untertiteln.
Yeah, the junglers go down instantly. So junglers, as you say, they're going to go down instantly here because River...
Omu ist original mit Untertiteln.
Back, but then Sejuani bumps him right back in, so they get blown up. Then we've got the re-engage here for Ayla, and Dokla barely curves his ultimate around that
W von FBI.
range here and can get his Q onto Kaze to knock him up and interrupt the Realm Warp. So they do get that extra kill. Then
Ist jeden Tag kurz streamen, Rede.
we have the supports going down.
Rede.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wie ist Frosty tot?
Ziggs ult right there. Frosty just gets picked right as we come back into live. So that means no support for Red.
Original mit und nicht Japanisch? Na doch, Original ist ja Japanisch.
Yeah, I didn't see how that's set up, but I assume he was
Original ist ja Japanisch.
100 Thieves saw the potential for the pick, so now they will be on this Baron, and it looks like Red are not even going to contest this. You already see Rise pushing in on this bottom
Rage bait?
side of the map, and the rest of Red kind of following.
Was it just Sion sitting on a control ward and he just Q channeled?
Oh,
yeah, he just Q channeled. He's on a control ward and he just Q channels to set up the Ziggs bomb.
Oof.
Nice. That's all it takes.
Bam.
The control ward here opens up a space for the Assassin Scion to set up.
And now it's a 10,000 gold lead plus the Baron power play coming through here. 400 Thieves. Such few options for Red Canids at this point in the game. They're going to have to find a miracle right now. It's 2 items on the Smolder, full stacked, but just doesn't have that many items to get through the armor of Dokla, to get through the health bar of River and Quid.
Yeah, Dokla literally has 4 items to Smolder's 2 at the moment. And Dragon is approaching very quickly. Dragon Soul only 45 seconds away.
Well, that answers that question. FMB just purchased an entire item right there. So rapid fire cannon completed. Now it's 3 items, but still that doesn't help you get through the armor as much. It just helps you get some damage from afar and spread that passive. Let's see. Ooh, aggressive from Quid right here, flashing in on the Kaze, but he's able to walk away. No flash in on the Cassiopeia, but now the rest of the team's engaging onto the front line. It's Doom who's got a flash to safety. Red are just getting pincered in the mid lane. In goes River. Can't quite find it from the quickness, but now Ayla to the turret. Dokla with a pickup as well. 100 Thieves want to end this game, end this series right here, right now. Red under their inhibitor turrets will fall. 100 Thieves will stand tall. Red Cannons.
Boah, ich könnte MTK fragen, actually, ob er Bock hat. Oh, wer gucken, ich wünsche was. Wann ist LTA-Finale nächsten Sonntag? Steht in der Schedule drin. Ich kann MTK fragen, actually.
100 Thieves have 1 member of Red in front of them. The heist is going international. A 3.
Geistkrank. Ja, 100 Thieves bei Worlds, unser letzter LTA-Spot steht fest. 100 Thieves bei Worlds ist gut. GG. GG.